Dale and Ruby Lockwood had a love story for the ages. Their bond was something out of a fairy tale, a connection that seemed unbreakable. They met in college, fell deeply in love, and built a beautiful life together. Their days were filled with shared dreams and aspirations, studying late into the night and planning a future that seemed limitless. They were high school sweethearts who married young and built a life together centered around their two beautiful children. Their love story was the foundation of their family, a beacon of hope and joy. Ruby was a dedicated nurse, her life's work a testament to her big heart. She spent countless hours caring for others, her compassion touching the lives of many. Dale, a successful architect, designed their dream home, a haven filled with laughter and love. His creativity and hard work turned their house into a sanctuary where every corner echoed with memories. They were the picture of happiness, their lives a testament to the power of love and commitment. Every moment they shared was a celebration of their bond, a dance of joy and togetherness. Their story, however, took a tragic turn, leaving Dale a heartbroken widower and their children without their beloved mother. The sudden loss was a devastating blow, shattering the world they had so carefully built. This is the story of a love cut short, a family shattered by a silent killer. The pain of their loss is a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring strength of love, even in the face of unimaginable sorrow. It was a day like any other. The sun was shining, birds were singing, and the Lockwood household was bustling with the usual morning activity. Dale was leaving for work, briefcase in hand, when he turned to kiss Ruby goodbye. "See you tonight, my love," he said, his hand lingering on her cheek. "Don't work too hard," she replied with a smile, her eyes shining with love. That was the last time Dale saw Ruby alive. Hours later, he received a frantic call from their neighbor. Ruby wasn't answering the door, and the neighbor was worried. Fear gripped Dale's heart as he rushed home, his mind racing with terrifying possibilities. The drive home was a blur. Dale burst through the front door, his heart pounding in his chest. The house was eerily silent. "Ruby!" he called out, his voice echoing in the stillness. He raced from room to room, his fear growing with each passing second. Finally, he reached their bedroom. And that's when he found her. Ruby was lying in bed, her eyes closed, her face pale. Dale rushed to her side, his own screams echoing through the room as he realized the horrifying truth. Ruby was gone. She had died peacefully in her sleep, but her sudden and unexpected death left Dale utterly shattered and their two young children without a mother. The days that followed were a blur of grief and disbelief. The family was engulfed in a whirlwind of emotions, struggling to come to terms with the sudden loss. How could Ruby be gone so suddenly without any warning? It felt like just yesterday she was laughing, full of life, and now she was just a memory. The autopsy report revealed the devastating truth: Sudden Arrhythmic Death Syndrome, or SADS, a condition so elusive it often goes undetected until it's too late. SADS is a heart condition that can cause sudden death, often in young, seemingly healthy individuals. These individuals show no signs of illness, making the condition even more insidious. It is a silent killer, striking without warning, leaving behind only questions and heartbreak. Families are left to grapple with the sudden void, searching for answers that may never come. In Ruby's case, SADS had stolen her away in the night, her heart silently stopping as she slept. There were no signs, no cries for help, just a peaceful slumber that turned into an eternal rest. The diagnosis was both an answer and a cruel reminder of the indiscriminate nature of this silent killer. It provided a name to their pain but no comfort, only a stark reminder of life's fragility. It offered no solace, only the chilling realization that their tragedy could happen to anyone, anywhere, at any time. The family clung to their memories, trying to find meaning in the midst of their sorrow, knowing that SADS had forever changed their lives. Section 5. The Genetic Shadow. As Dale struggled to come to terms with Ruby's death, he found himself engulfed in a sea of sorrow and confusion. The loss was profound, and the emptiness it left behind was almost unbearable. In the midst of his grief, he learned a terrifying truth about SADS. It can be genetic. This revelation was like a bolt of lightning, striking him with a new kind of fear. This revelation sent a shockwave through him. His children, his precious children, could be at risk. The thought of them inheriting this deadly condition was a nightmare he couldn't shake. The thought of losing them too was unbearable. It was a fear that gnawed at his very soul, keeping him awake at night and haunting his every waking moment. He was determined to do everything in his power to protect them, to shield them from the genetic shadow that loomed over their lives. He sought out experts, read every piece of literature he could find, and became a relentless advocate for his children's health, to ensure that their story wouldn't end the same way. He wanted to give them a future filled with hope and possibilities, free from the fear that had become his constant companion. Fear gnawed at his resolve. Every night as he lay awake, the weight of his responsibility pressed down on him. The genetic shadow of SADS loomed large, casting a pall over their future. The genetic shadow of SADS loomed large, casting a pall over their future. It was a dark cloud that seemed to follow them everywhere, a constant reminder of the fragility of life. Casting a pall over their future. But Dale knew he couldn't let this fear paralyze him. He had to be strong for his children, for Ruby's memory. He had to fight for them, for answers, for a future free from the fear that had become his constant companion. He knew he had to be strong for his children, for Ruby's memory. He would fight for them, for answers, for a future free from the fear that had become his constant companion. He would not let the genetic shadow define their lives. He would fight for them, for answers, for a future free from the fear that had become his constant companion. He sought out genetic counselors, delved into medical research, and connected with other families facing the same battle. For a future free from the fear that had become his constant companion. Through it all, he held on to hope. Hope that one day, the genetic shadow would be lifted and his children could live without the fear that had haunted him for so long. Section 6. A Father's Fear, Protecting His Children. Driven by love and fear, Dale made a decision. He would get his children tested for SADS. It was a difficult choice, fraught with anxiety and uncertainty, but he knew it was the right one. The knowledge, whatever it may be, was power. It was the first step in protecting his children, in giving them a fighting chance. The waiting was excruciating, each day an eternity as he awaited the test results. The uncertainty was unbearable, but he held on to hope, clinging to the belief that knowledge would be his weapon against this invisible enemy. Section 7. Honoring Ruby, the Legacy of Love and Awareness. In the midst of his grief and fear, Dale found a sense of purpose. He would honor Ruby's memory by raising awareness about SADS. He knew that he couldn't bring her back, but he could prevent other families from experiencing the same unimaginable pain. He threw himself into advocacy, determined to make a difference. He shared his story, baring his soul to the world, hoping that his pain might save lives. He spoke at conferences, organized fundraisers, and became a tireless advocate for SADS research and awareness. He channeled his grief into action, his love for Ruby fueling his determination to make a difference. Section 8. The Power of Genetic Testing. Dale's advocacy extended beyond raising awareness. He became a vocal proponent of genetic testing, urging people to know their family history and consider getting tested for SADS and other hereditary heart conditions. He knew that early detection was key, that it could be the difference between life and death. He shared his children's story, emphasizing the importance of knowing their risks. He believed that knowledge was power, that it could empower individuals to take control of their health and seek preventative measures if needed. Section 9. Funding the Future, Research for Prevention. Dale understood that raising awareness was only part of the solution. Research was crucial to finding better ways to diagnose, treat, and ultimately prevent SADS. He dedicated himself to fundraising, organizing events, and partnering with organizations dedicated to SADS research. Every dollar raised, every research breakthrough, brought him one step closer to fulfilling his promise to Ruby, to spare other families from the pain he endured. He envisioned a future where SADS would no longer be a silent killer, where research would illuminate the path to prevention and a cure. Section 10. Dale's plea, Listen to Your Heart. Dale's message is simple yet powerful. Listen to your heart. He urges everyone to be aware of the warning signs of heart conditions, to pay attention to any unusual symptoms, and to seek medical attention promptly. He knows that early detection can be life-saving. He encourages people to talk to their families about their medical history, to learn about potential genetic risks, and to take proactive steps to protect their health. He believes that knowledge is power and that by working together we can fight back against SADS and other heart conditions. Section 11. Join the fight. Every heartbeat counts. Dale's story is a testament to the enduring power of love and the importance of turning grief into action. His journey is an inspiration, a call to arms in the fight against SADS. Each step he takes, every life he touches, brings him closer to fulfilling his promise to Ruby, to make a difference in the world, one heartbeat at a time. His message is clear. Join the fight. Every heartbeat counts. Together, we can raise awareness, fund research, and support those affected by SADS. Together, we can create a future where no one has to endure the pain of losing a loved one to this silent